Are you tired of living from paycheck to paycheck? Are you looking to break free from the rat race and walk directly into financial freedom? Well, brace yourself because I'm about to reveal some amazing secrets to making money with no experience required. Now, I love these ideas because you don't actually have to be a professional. Whether you're a professional, you're a novice, this is just ideal for you. Well, in this video, I'll be telling you about 3 amazing side hustles you can do to make up to $10,000 every month. Hey everyone, my name is Ebuka the Finance Wiz. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome to my channel. And I want to ask that you like and subscribe if you find this video very insightful and helpful to you or to anybody around you. Also, please feel free to share with your friends and click on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos subsequently. Now, my first business idea is what I call the vending machine business. Now, this business is amazing because you can actually make up to $10,000 in a month. Now, it depends on the number of vending machines you actually have that will determine how much you can make. I'm sure you've seen vending machines all over the place where people slot in their cards or put some coins or cash just to buy some snacks for themselves to eat. Now, consider the number of people that actually use that on a day-to-day basis. Now, think about how you can actually convert this into a business for yourself and thrive in the business. Amazing opportunity to think about. Now, there's this general misconception that vending machine is just used for only drinks and soda and so on, or snacks, but now vending machine has actually gone way beyond that. In today's world, we have vending machine for pharmaceutical products. There are also vending machines that sell bulk items and other cutting-edge electronic equipment. So whether you're looking for a lucrative side hustle or something that you can put in all your time, your 9 to 5 hours to, this holds tremendous potentials. So you may ask me, why should I actually do this business? Well, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think you should do this business today. My first reason is that it actually requires less time and effort. In fact, according to a study by CNBC, a 31-year-old guy was doing this business and he was putting in just 4 hours and making over $300,000 on an annual basis. Amazing potentials. Now, the second reason why you need to invest in this business today is because of the minimal cost of investment as well as the income potential, which is unlimited. And the third most important reason is that it's a good passive income. You can actually do it alongside your main job if you have a 9 to 5 job, or if you have other jobs or activities that you're doing or other businesses. This can work as a perfect side hustle where you don't actually have to put in a lot of efforts. Now, you may be asking me, how much can I actually make? Like I earlier mentioned, you can make as much as $1,000 to $10,000 on an average month, right? Now, this is beautiful because it also tells you that your returns on investments can happen within maybe 6 to 12 months, of which for most people, once you have that returns on investment within a reasonable range of period, it becomes less risky for most people when they embark on it. So now I'll be detailing all the things you need to do to start up this business and the associated costs with starting up this business if you're interested. Number 1, I would recommend you set up the business as an incorporation if possible, although this is optional. So if you check my previous video, which I've also tagged here, you would see guidance on how to set up your incorporation if you need to. Now, this doesn't cost so much, usually about $200 to $300, but it also is good so that you can charge all your business expenses to the incorporation. So the next cost, which I think is also important, is for you to obtain a license. So a license could cost about $100 to $150. Usually not so expensive. So you just need to, if you're in the US, you need to look at the regulation in your state. If you're in Canada, look within your province, within your municipality, and try to find out what cost is associated with the licensing for the vending machine. Now, the third and most important cost is the vending machine itself. Now, you have the opportunity of actually buying a brand new vending machine or going for a refurbished vending machine. Now, a brand new vending machine can go as high as $3,000 to $5,000 or even $6,000, but a refurbished can go as low as $2,000 to $3,000 or $4,000 as the case may be. So there are actually different vending machine manufacturers. I'll be talking about 6 of them, 3 for US and 3 for Canada. Now, for the US, the first I'll be talking about is Crane. As you can see from my screen, this is Crane's website. Now, when you come in here, you can see what they sell and you can actually explore more if you want, or you can go straight into contacting them and reaching out to their support. Now, as you can see from here, this is AMS Vendors website. Now, you can see book vending machines here, operates with tokens, money, credit cards, and most invested cashless system. You can see all their products here, the different products they have, the ones for snacks, the ones for locker rooms, and the ones for different purposes that you want. So the third supplier is Dixie Narco drink machines. You can see here the price of their machines here. Unfortunately, it appears some of them are out of stock, but you can see the price at $1995, and they give you the opportunity to pay at an installment rate. So those are the three for the US. Now, if you're in Canada, you should check out these guys, Langley Wholesale. So Langley Wholesale also sells, vending machines. You can see here, just click request a quote. So once you click request a quote, you can tell them about what you want. So the thing about vending machine is that you can actually customize to what you're truly looking for in terms of the size, in terms of the weight, also in terms of the kind of vending machine. If you're looking for a bulk vending machine or those that will sell snacks or even pharmaceutical products, you can actually customize to what you want. Another supplier you can consider is Kane's Distributing. Now, Kane's Distributing has refurbished as well as micro markets, new equipment, and so on. So you can consider them if you are looking for a supplier to buy from. Also, we have broker house distributors. You can also use them if you are considering which to use. Now, I like these guys because they are also in different locations. They are in Toronto, they are in Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary. So it's up to you what you're looking for. So the next factor I'll consider is creating a brand. So if you don't have a brand, please go create a logo. You can actually do that on Fiverr at a very cheap rate, as low as maybe $50 to $100, even cheaper. And once you get that brand created and you have your logo, all you need to do is imprint the logo on the vending machine. Now, imprinting the logo on the vending machine may cost about $500, which is not so much and still falls within the total cost I mentioned earlier. So the other cost which I will be telling you about is what I call the inventory purchase, which might cost you about $500 to $1,000 for a start. Subsequently, of course, you have to restock from time to time. That might vary over time, but usually it doesn't cost so much depending on the items that are in the vending machine and the size or quantity of the items there. The other last thing which might happen or may not happen is renting of a small space for your vending machine. Now, the beauty of the vending business is that you don't actually have to rent the entire room, just the square meter or square feet where you're going to be putting the machine on. Now, this might cost about $500 to $1,000 roughly. So other costs you should consider maybe down the line, not necessarily at the point when you're starting, is to create a website. Website is also good for helping you to drive traffic into your page, or you can actually create a landing page if you don't want to have a full-blown website. The other thing is also you can buy a t-shirt and brand the t-shirt in your logo. Usually it doesn't cost more than $50 or maybe $100 at the worst case. You can also have business cards which you can actually give to people or to project managers or whoever you might consider pitching your services. Now, I'll quickly walk you through some steps you need to follow if you want to set up this business. The first one, like I earlier mentioned, you need to set up an incorporation or a sole proprietorship. I prefer an incorporation, which doesn't really cost so much, about $200 to $300 at the max. The next thing you want to do is, which is my second step, is to determine what products do you want to sell. Do you want to sell drinks? Do you want to sell CBD? Do you want to sell healthy products? You need to determine what products you want to sell in your vending machine. So the next thing you want to do is set up a business proposal. So the business proposal is very important because it serves as the basis for pitching your business idea to whoever you want to sell or set up your vending machine in their location, in their store, in their organization. So you need to have a business proposal. Now, the business proposal can be done by you in a DIY format. But if you don't know how to do, the business proposal, if you think it's going to take you a long time to do yourself, you might actually consider doing it on, platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, and so on. Now, I'm going to show you how you can obtain the service on Fiverr if you choose to go for Fiverr. So this is the Fiverr platform. All you need to do is type in business proposal at the search button here, and then scroll down through what you're looking for. I would recommend you go for more of the top-rated sellers who can actually present them, and look out for social proof such as the 5 stars and the number of stars that they have. So I personally would want to go for 608 stars of course 5 stars at 608. So the other thing is you could actually consider those, apart from top rated guys, you can look at the level 2 stars, and it's not a bad idea to still go for level 1 depending on how much risk you're willing to take as an individual. The next step is to obtain your business license. You can actually get that from municipal, from the state government, just from the government parastatals as a whole. Get your license. Please do not operate without a license if it's required within your state or your province or your municipality. The next step is to research locations that would actually sell. So you don't want to just drop your vending machine just anywhere. You want to drop in a place where you can actually get good traction in terms of the number of people in that area. So for instance, you can go for malls, you can go to schools, you can go to churches and so on. Just go to a lot of places where there's a lot of people and a lot of traffic. The next step, which I think is also very important, is to actually look for places where, if you decide to go for an organization, for instance, you want to also build relationship with those individuals, even if they don't give you an opportunity to pitch your equipment in their location at that point in time, still maintain relationship with them. Maybe in the future you might actually have an opportunity. But one thing you need to do is actually reach out to people, both online, different platforms, and you would have an opportunity to sell your services to them. So the next step, of course, is to reach out to the vendors and tell them what you are exactly looking for. Now, they already have like standard base off the shelf vending machines. You can choose to go for those ones, but if you have specifics, maybe based on the quantity that you want in those items, or based on what you really want to sell, or the size and the weight and so on, you also want to consider that. And why I really talk about the weight is because of the movement across different locations. To ensure portability, you probably don't want something extremely heavy. So that's another important factor to consider. But once you have decided on that and you reach out to the vendor, they'll probably provide a quote if it has to be customized to your needs. So the last step is for you to stock the vending machine as often as possible to ensure you don't run out of stock. Ensure that you have good inventory management. That's very important, so you don't lose out on potential income from the vending sales. So now, what are the possible benefits of doing this business? Number one is the high demand for it. Secondly, you probably don't even need staff to run the business if you don't want to. The other thing is it requires very minimal time. You can actually do it alongside your 9-to-5 job, or if you have any other business, you can do it conveniently because it doesn't require so much of your time. Maybe on average 1 to 2 hours in a whole week. Now, what are the downsides to this business, which you also need to know just to balance it out? It's number one, the risk of vandalism. Depending on where you put it, if there's no security, there's the risk that your vending machine could actually be vandalized. The other thing is, if you don't pick a good location, it could actually result in poor sales. So you need to be specific about the location you want to use. And also you need to create time to stock the vending machine as often as possible. Now, if you don't do that, of course, people are looking for passive income, but 1 to 2 hours of your time will be required to actually stock the inventory. So if you don't have time for it, then this might not be the best business for you. So I have 3 major takeaways for you for this business. Number one is ensure that your vending machine is put in a very good location where there is a lot of traffic. Number 2, have your business proposal always ready, both on your phone or any other device, or even in hard copy, so that when a machine placement opportunity comes in, you're able to take advantage of it as quickly as possible. Number 3, most important thing, which I've also seen people make as mistakes, is buying the machine before getting a location figured out. I'd recommend that you have the location figured out before shipping in the machine, but that doesn't stop you from having some communication with the vendors ahead of time or the suppliers ahead of time, so that you can seal an agreement, and then when you get a location, then you order. So the next business I'll be talking about is what I call the subscription box business. Now, I love this subscription box business because you can actually do it from your home.